Thank you, John. Good afternoon. And we had a sunny run up to Easter, but Easter Day itself has dawned on a rather cloudy note, and we can expect a lot of cloud, I think, for the remainder of today, even the odd spot of rain across the western side of the Lake District. Perhaps a little bit of brightness, though, coming through from time to time, and not as warm as recent days. I was up in the lakes towards the end of February. I too saw the daffodils in bloom, and it's because we've had an increased growing season. In fact, since Wordsworth Day, nearly a month an increase in growing days, which is why spring seems to start so early nowadays, and we can expect that warming trend to continue over the next 80 years or so, with reduced snowfall and probably less rain during the summer as well. Something to ponder. We'll still have our ups and downs in the weather as we have on a year-to-year basis here in the UK, and also on a day-to-day basis, as we'll see this week. Today, one thing's for sure, those southwesterly winds are bringing with them a lot of cloud, and as we go through the week, it looks like we'll be dominated by southeasterly winds, a warm direction for us, keeping the weather fronts into the west, but perhaps later in the week, the sign of an easterly, a slightly cooler direction for us coming in off the near continent. But for today, those southwesterly winds are pushing all this cloud in across the country. Low pressure is certainly ruling the roost for today, for Easter Monday, before it eventually moves out of the way, although we'll have a lot of showers in the south Tuesday. And in fact, it's in the south and the west with low pressure close by where we're expecting a lot of the showers or unsettled weather later in this week. But there's some uncertainty as towards the latter part of the week's forecast. Certainly keep tuned if you can. For today, we do have a little bit of brightness around through East Anglia and up into the northeast of Scotland, but any brightness, I think, will come and go. On the whole, there'll be quite a lot of cloud in southern and western areas, the odd patch of drizzle here and there, and more persistent rain will spread back into Northern Ireland and western Scotland later. So mild, yes, but not as warm as it has been. Much milder tonight, however, pretty mild compared with the recent nights, and that's because we've got that next batch of rain coming in, some spits and spots of drizzle and mist elsewhere, so damp, quite breezy, touching gale force up in the northwest, and that rain will be crossing us during Easter Monday. So it may well get off to a grey start in eastern areas, but I think here a brighter day, some brightness coming through for the afternoon at least, but some heavy rain crossing Scotland, northern England and parts of Wales through the course of the afternoon, eventually brightening up later. Now Tuesday's concern is this area of low pressure in the south. We start to pick up those southeast winds, and with them we could start to pick up quite a lot of heavy downpours in southern parts of England and South Wales too. Still the remnants of that weather front up in the north. And come Wednesday, those showers will spread their way up the western side of the country, an east-west split. And temperatures, as you can see, are really rising, 15 to 17, well above average for the time of year. But those southeasterly winds will bring quite a bit of mist and low cloud, we think, onto the east coast, so holding the temperatures down. Very similar picture on Thursday and Friday. Most of the shower activity, we think, will be in the south. Elsewhere, a lot of dry and fine weather, but that fine weather in the north does mean that we could see a little bit of frost returning by night, particularly Monday night. Now back to John in Ullswater.